Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got Scott in the on the stream, so hope you are well.
Yes, Dan, I'm good. Are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's Everton away on Everton at home on Sunday. I rephrase that. How are you finally going into it?
Wow, it's going to be a hard game. I think it's going to be Phew, yeah. After Saturday's defeat was a bit of a blow, bit of a shock to the system because you think we'd overcome those kind of um, capitulations. So it feels like it's a little bit back to the drawing board, but obviously the home form's been really, really good. So it's just making sure that as fans we're proper on it for Sunday because it is a 6-pointer. Um, to lose that last week, I don't think it's been affected us too much, but it's obviously another team that's crept up on us, in terms of taking points off us. So Sunday's the same, but Everton need to win. They're at the point of the season where they need to start winning games and take points off teams around them. Is a point any good for Everton? Maybe, but they'll probably be thinking that that's a club that we should be looking to beat.
That's the thing, and they didn't have the best result against Arsenal in the game in hand because they would have been wanting to get more points on the game in hand, but they even lost to Arsenal in quite a bad way as well.
Yeah, so that was quite nice to see that. They got a bit of a hiding. So that's a big setback for them. So yeah, both teams coming into the game on the back of 4-0 defeats. Both managers are gonna want a response, and I suppose there's that little extra bit of interest that Sean Dyche is coming back to the City ground where he spent a lot of time, earlier in the season watching Forest. So it'll be interesting to see what approach he takes.
That's the thing because I think they will. Obviously, we all know what Sean Dyche will probably do. He'll probably do a 4-4-1-1 and have Calvin Lewin up front and probably play that sort of long ball up to him. Do you think?
Yeah, you would have thought it'd be a kind of a more direct style of play, trying to get lots of balls into the box. But we'll see. I mean, Felipe's been, he's been pretty good so far. Joe Worrell balls into the box, thinking, well, that might, I don't think that's going to be a huge issue. Fingers crossed. But I think we've struggled with, goals from distance. Although, yeah, Saturday was just a mess, wasn't it? Kind of just the way the game went after 70 minutes.
What did you think caused it? Because I know Shelby sort of came off and we just fell to bits there, fell to bits. Or did you think it was a lack of concentration?
Yeah, I thought that was a massive part. I thought Shelby was growing into the game. And he seemed to be picking up quite a few second balls and was driving us on, and we were having a good period at that point. And I saw that he was bringing Ayew on, and I thought, that's a good move. But I was kind of expecting that Chris Wood would go off, who'd been fairly ineffective, and I just thought we were working the ball quite well. I thought, yep, Ayew, I can see that. That's somebody else who can continue to work the ball. So I was really surprised that Shelby went off, and it was kind of like, was it a bold move that he was bringing on another attacking player to see if we could win the game, because we were getting on top at that point, but West Ham weren't doing anything. I think the crowd was quiet and we were on the ascendancy, and it just seemed to really cost us. It lost us that bit of shape in midfield, and Declan Rice is was a great player. Turning into a world-class player, and you keep him quiet and you keep West Ham quiet, and I think losing Shelby in there as that extra man, I think that that cost us ultimately. And even Mangala for Shelby, would have kept that energy going in midfield, but just kept it quite tight. So I don't know. I mean, it seems a bit harsh to say it was naive from Steve, from Steve Cooper, but a point away from home at West Ham is. That's as good as a win in many respects for us, because away form's been so disappointing. So to have ground that out and I still felt quite confident that we still might have nicked a goal because we were on top. But I know, Cooper came out after match, didn't he, and said that it was a bit of a precaution with Shelby, that he hasn't played that much football and they've got to keep him ticking over. So clearly they think he's going to have a big influence till the end of the season. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's all forgotten about if we can win on Sunday. But it's, I think that's probably one of the first times this season where actually we can really start to put a little bit of daylight between some of us and those teams below us, and that was an opportunity missed for me on Saturday.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've been reading I've been looking at the league table the last couple of days whilst I've been doing the socials and that, and ready for that next week and that. And if results go our way and we do pick up the win on Sunday, touch wood, we could be 7 points clear of that relegation zone.
Yeah, this is it. This is the incentive now, isn't it, to try and. I mean, it's not going to take the pressure off because we've got to play every game. We've got to play well every game from now until the end of the season. But I think the thing is that teams down there are going to struggle to pick up points, and I think that's been evident this week with obviously with West Ham losing, Wolves lost, Leicester lost at the weekend. So they're struggling, and I think it's just it's a big opportunity. It's a 6-pointer, and we've just got to be on it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, are you expecting that sort of same team from last Saturday for Sunday, or could you see us making that sort of changes where we needed to? I know Loddy came off injured. Would you go with Sewage up front instead of Wards, and what sort of changes?
Chris Wood at the minute is still not having the impact that we would like. He was again quiet on Saturday, and maybe him coming off, is a good option for us at the minute. But I quite like our attack when it's fairly fluid, and at the minute I think Chris Wood's still getting up to speed with how the team wants to play. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, Aurier's not going to be back, and I think that's been fairly evident that we've lost discipline. When I think about Blackpool, it was a kind of similar thing with Nico struggling, and he seemed to go to pieces on Saturday as well. So just that bit of experience I think that's a bad miss. I mean, Toffolo's done fine, so I don't think. I think I'm more comfortable on that side of the pitch if Loddy's not available. But Morgan Gibbs, White, Brennan Johnson. We're going to be looking at those two to make the difference on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. I would actually agree with that. To I mean, you got any score predictions for it?
I'm just going to go. I think I'm just going to go for a 1-0 win. Forest, just hard fought, scrap it out, and let's just get a goal. Maybe it might be a little bit similar to the Leeds game, where we've just got to be ultra disciplined and just work hard. It doesn't matter. It does not matter how we win. It goes off somebody's backside. I'm not bothered. We just need to get 3 points because the owners obviously got big plans for Forest. And it's not going to stop here. So I think there's going to be further investment in the summer if we stay up. And it's so much is riding on the future of the club to stay in the Premier League. In terms of not having that plan disrupted. It's just a huge game. We just especially don't lose, but it's one that I think we need to win because our away form has just been so poor, and we're quite reliant now on these home wins.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even Marcus cleared that loan of 41 million as well on the club into shares, which it's a massive thing for him to do and to show his intention for the club.
Yeah, you cannot fault the commitment. It's unbelievable, and hopefully that gives everybody the playing staff a real big boost as well. That this is an owner that's not going to stop there. This is this is kind of repaying, some of that faith, and I think in the faith that he's got in the club moving forwards, he's got the right people in charge, and he's backing that. So it's really, really good, and we just don't want that disrupted. But we've bounced back from these defeats all season long, so you just hope it's not going to be the start of the jitters. It's he'll have them prepped, he'll have them ready to go. Obviously, the injuries aren't helping us at the minute, but we've got enough good players to hopefully get a result on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. Couldn't agree more. They'll say about your socials as well.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Scott at Munich and Madrid.
So do hit that up, guys. I give it the true certified of quality. I'd get that one in. So I'd like to say thank you for coming on, as per usual.
Nice one, Dan. Always a pleasure.
Right. So I'd like to say thank you for watching, guys, and up the reds.